All right. And Mike, go right ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, Poppy. And hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the West Coast Songwriters Video Vault. Please take a moment to follow and subscribe to West Coast Songwriters on social media and check them out at westcoastsongwriters.org. My name is Mike Annuzzi. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Music Accelerator, at Mike Annuzzi, and hashtag Mike at the Mic. I am so happy to have our special guest joining us today in the West Coast Songwriters Video Vault. Ryann Barnes is a young singer-songwriter from Northern California who has been writing lyrics since the age of 8. Inspired by Kelsea Ballerini, Kelly Clarkson, Taylor Swift, just to name a few, she became one of the first acapop kids as a youth acapella singing group presented by the founders of Pentatonics. She performs locally and has sung the national anthem for Bay Area sports teams, including the San Francisco Giants, Oakland A's, San Jose Barracudas, San Jose Earthquakes, and Stanford Athletics. We are thrilled for her as she prepares to release her first single. Please welcome Ryann Barnes. Ryann, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
You're amazing. I've been so fortunate to know you for many years now. Can you tell us how you got started in music?
Yeah, so I mean, my family is really not musical, but I think it has to do with my grandma, because my grandma would just kind of sing and like as I grew up, and I think that influenced me in that sense. And I kind of just started singing around the house, and then my mom enrolled me in like singing lessons and then guitar lessons with you. That was my first like music lesson pretty much, and piano lessons, and it kind of just grew from there. But yeah, that's how I got started.
Yeah, it was pretty fun working with you as a very young child and barely able to hold up the guitar, but you were really good as a brand new musician. And we'll get into more of that later. But I was also the entertainment chair for a major event in downtown Redwood City.
Right.
In the heart of Silicon Valley. You came out to perform and sing in front of that audience, and you left everyone in awe of your talent.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you've sang at many major events, and you're included in a major pop group. Can you tell us what it's like to get in front of audiences performing and sharing your talent?
Yeah, so I mean, I really like to perform, and I'm lucky because I don't really get nervous, so it's easy for me to do things like that. But like part of me liking to sing and part of me liking to write songs and things like that is all like geared to like my love for performing. Like I just like to be in front of people, and sometimes it's like I don't like even know it, like when I'm kind of like walking off the stage and stuff, I'm kind of like I almost like kind of I don't black out, but like I kind of black out when I'm like on stage, and then I get off and I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah.
Like what just happened?
Yeah. I'm kind of like, yeah, like I'm saying, I kind of black out and then I get off and I'm like, oh, hey everybody, how's it going?
Yeah, I remember doing that when I was first getting started performing, and I would kind of black out, and then I realized, you're kind of creating your own space.
Yeah.
And it's just you being you in front of the audience. And the audiences that I've seen you perform in front of have all been in just awe of what you do. It's absolutely amazing that you share your talent with everyone. I'm very curious about your experience with Acapop Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you've been involved with that group? Maybe some insights on rehearsals or your recording or performing with them?
Yeah, so the way that it works is there's around 25 to 30 kids. I don't know the exact number, but we're like from around the country. And we went through a series of 3 auditions to get in. And so after the group of kids was selected, they started dividing the kids up into like cover songs. So I was in one called Valerie, which came out, I think it came out in like February, March. I probably should know the date that it came out. I don't, but it came out February, March, and they send us like our parts, and then we'll learn the parts, and then they fly us up to LA to record just our particular part, and then they'll put everything together. And then after that's all together, then they'll fly us back out to do like the music video. And the for some music videos, when it involves all the kids, they'll do rehearsals and things for like the dances or, you know, just how the video is going to roll out. But for my particular video, it was kind of like a Brady Bunch kind of squares thing. So it was just you. And so it didn't really require any rehearsals. We kind of just went with the flow and things like that. But it was a really, really fun experience, and I'm really glad I was a part of it.
That sounds like so much fun.
It was,
And
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
yeah, and getting to fly out and see all this stuff like on such a major level, and
Yeah.
you're pretty young.
Yeah, I'm 15. Yeah, when
Wow.
that auditioned, I was 13, and then when I went up there, I was about 14, and then I turned 15 this past December. But yeah, it was really, really fun.
It's amazing because some people don't start music until much later than 15 years old even, you know?
I know,
So
I'm pretty young, yeah.
yeah, but you've already had a successful run at everything. I have to ask, what does practicing look like for you? What do you do to practice or refine your craft or get better?
I mean, honestly, I'm pretty, okay, I sing around the house like 24/7. So, I mean, it's kind of just, I enjoy doing it. So any like free chance I get, I'll sit down and play the guitar or I'll write a song. And it's just like over time, I enjoy doing it. I don't even consider it like, oh, I'm going to practice. It's kind of just, I'm going to do this. And then over time, but I do take singing lessons. So though, I guess that's practice. And then I'm also getting into like production right now. So that takes a little more practice because I'm not really good with technology. So I kind of have to like focus more in that part of things. But yeah.
What kind of stuff in production are you doing? Just wondering.
I'm doing like original stuff. I'll make like demos, and I work in Logic. I just got introduced to Logic.
Awesome.
I'm trying to learn how to do it on my own, but yeah.
I see some guitars in the background. Are
Yeah.
you playing guitar these days and writing a
Yeah,
new?
yeah, all the time, every day, all day. Yay!
Glad to hear it. So, what have been some of your favorite musical experiences that have remained truly special to you? Maybe some performances or recordings or meeting some people in the music industry?
Yeah. One like big thing that I'll never forget it was the first time that I sang at the Giants. So that was that's like the biggest milestone that, or other than Acapop and going to record and, you know, making a music video, singing at the Giants was a really big milestone for me. But also just like working on like creating like original songs, like in the production side of things, like I consider that like very like what's the word, like sentimental, or like those kind of things like I'll cherish and things like that. But yeah, probably singing at the Giants would have to be the biggest one for me.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, with that being said, I could hear how passionate you were about singing at the Giants. It's probably like, you know, you're a big fan. I gotta know, what do your friends think of all of this?
They like to joke around and like say that like they're friends with like someone who's famous. I mean, I'm not famous, but like they like to joke around in that side of things. But the first time that I sang, a lot of them came and like watched and supported me, which is, I'm really grateful for my friends because, you know, they've been really supportive and they come to all my performances, and it's really nice to have them.
Well, I've also been telling people that I know somebody famous, Miss Ryann Barnes, so I understand what they're thinking at the moment. So that's absolutely amazing. And it's probably really cool for them to be able to cheer you on and be supportive and see you shining like the star that you are. It's awesome to follow your journey.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Good. What do you have currently going on in your music career? Writing, recording, releasing music?
Right now it's kind of trying to produce a lot of my originals. I was gonna release my first single this June, but right now it's not really the perfect timing with like everything going on. So I'm gonna push it back a couple weeks and then release it when it's the right time. But after that, I'm gonna try to release one like a new original every month, just to start building like a following base and like, you know, things like that. But that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now, writing and producing and kind of just repeat.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I know that you started writing at a very early age. I also recently heard one of your new songs, Not Waiting Around for You.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Congratulations. Um, I just personally, I was thinking back, like, I remember the first time I heard you sing, and you were very, very young, and you just had such a powerful voice and so much control over your voice. It was like I heard Kelly Clarkson in the other room, you
Thank
know?
you. That means
Yeah.
so much.
And I've had the opportunity to work on a show where we brought Kelly Clarkson to perform, and I saw her probably in that same distance, 10, 15 feet apart, and hearing her voice and literally yours within several months of each other, it was like night and day. And just seeing you as such a young girl being able to do that, it was absolutely amazing.
Thank
But
you.
all that being said, you've been able to put your voice together in writing new songs. So can you tell us what it's like for you, your process of writing songs? Do you start with like singing or writing the words, or do you keep a journal, or how's that work?
Yeah, so I do a series of different things. Either it like flows super easily, like I think of an idea and then it kind of flows super fast. But oftentimes what I'll do is I'll get like a melody or like new chords in the guitar, and I'll have like a sequence of, I'll have a melody, and it's easier for me to write with a melody. I've tried writing without with like an idea of how it's going to sound, and it doesn't go as smoothly for me. So normally I do a melody. I'll also just, if I think of like a hook or like a phrase, or in just like conversation like this, if like you said something that I was like, oh, and then I'll like write it down. I have a whiteboard that has like a bunch of different things on it. I do a series of different things, and then I'll just kind of sit down and flush it out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of weird for me having this conversation with you because I know you, but not only that, it's just exciting for me because you're just so young and you're so on top of it. You're a pro at a young age, and you've had a lot of experience, and it's amazing to hear how focused you are, and all these little tricks that you're putting together to create and build such a sustainable career in the music industry. It's awesome, Ryann. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I know that you have a lot of stuff going on, so I'm not going to keep this interview too long, but I wanted to ask if Poppy, who's the managing director of West Coast Songwriters, to join in this conversation now. So Poppy.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
So, yeah, your age and what you've accomplished is very impressive. So I'm going to go to where you'd be at your age right now. My daughter's a senior in high school, and what the end of her school year has been like has been just awful. How's it been for you with everything you have going on in school and the crisis and having to deal with all that?
I've actually found it like a blessing in disguise, because my school has become kind of a lighter load. So I've been able to focus and spend more time on my music, which I'm really, really grateful for. So it's been good. I spend my days like, writing and singing and trying to get better. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good for me.
So would you say that during the crisis you can find yourself creatively inspired, or has it been challenging
Yeah.
to be inspired?
I would say I've been more inspired than I have in a while during quarantine. I don't know why that is, especially since I've been secluded from everybody else, like from the real world. But yeah, it's been really, really good for me.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Do you ever work with other kids, either your age or younger, in a kind of leadership role and, a mentor?
Not really. Most of my mentors are older than me, and like my parents' age and things like that. But I do have some friends that are also, doing the same things as I am, especially through Acapop. I've made a lot of friends that are around my age. So we're trying to do like some collab stuff with covers and stuff, but mostly it's just me and some older mentors.
Well, it sounds like you're working on becoming even more well-rounded with learning production and kind of being able to tap into all of those areas, because you can be even more creative on your own when you have all those capabilities. So congratulations on pulling that all together, and thanks for coming today. I really appreciate it. All right, Pete, do you have any questions for Ryann?
Sure. Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
To kind of expand on what Poppy started to ask you on collaboration, now who would you really be thrilled to death to collaborate with? You
Like,
know,
like,
on a
in,
song, yeah, on songs or on,
yeah.
or
I mean, right now, I would have to say Alec Benjamin. I've been listening to a lot of his music, and I really just like the way that he writes songs and just how his songs sound. Like they're very acoustic and stripped down. So probably him. I'd be really excited to work with him.
okay, from a writing perspective, and also maybe how about a performing perspective?
Performing perspective, probably. I mean, Taylor Swift. I'm very fascinated. Like I watch so many videos of her performing, and I would like die if I could perform.
So she'd be kind of your kind of your focal hero, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw Kelsey Ballerini was on the Today Show this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did she's kind of zoomed in on that. So and when you mentioned
Oh, I have
Kelsey,
to watch that. 'Cause that sounds.
yeah, it was pretty interesting. When what she's doing during these times of sequester and seclusion. Um, so who would say what's the best advice you've been given so far?
The best advice that I've been given, and then it kind of sticks with me in every performance that I do, is even if the crowd is like three people, it only takes one person. So you have to perform like that one person in the audience could change your career. And so every time I perform, I like imagine that there's like someone there that could change my career.
Oh, good. And and during these times, we've all kind of become technological
Mhm.
interested. So how is technology, has it been good for you during this time? I prefer live performance myself,
Yeah.
and it's been interesting, with not being able to hear applause and all that and feedback. So how are you dealing with it?
Yeah, I mean, for technology, I like it on the perspective of like I can talk to my friends over the phone. Like it's helpful in that sense. I can still stay connected. Performing wise, yeah, I found it a struggle in that in that sense of things because you're right. You can't hear, you can't be in front of a crowd. It's a different atmosphere. But I've been trying to keep my Instagram with like new content, and I interact with like my followers and things like that. So it's been all right.
Yeah, good. So this is the last question. I won't keep you. What would be the message you'd like to send out to your followers? During during this time, or for anything about yourself, about your future. What kind of mighty message would you like to send out?
I would just say stay tuned because I got some fun stuff coming up.
Well, congratulations, Ryan. I just there's so much youth talent that I've encountered in through West Coast Songwriters and in everything that I'm involved in music, and um, youth is the future, and there's no doubt about it. And so congratulations, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm so proud of you and continue to wish you the success that you deserve. You're truly a star, and I'm excited for what's to come for you in your rapidly rising music career. So congratulations again with everything. I can't wait to see you. Um, thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here today.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Ryan.
Thanks for
Uh,
having me.
You're
and
welcome. We'll talk more soon.
All right, yeah, talk soon.
And I wanted to say thank you to everyone for joining us today on the West Coast Songwriters Video Vault. Please, if you have any ideas for upcoming shows for the Video Vault, send comments our way. We look forward to seeing you at the next one. Ryan, thanks again.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.